Passionates, I am so I'm so fortunate, and it is so amazing to be loved. I'd follow you to the moon in the sky above. Anyway, let's get into the episode. Public service announcement. Passionate. Let me tell you something. So what is this Passion PSA podcast? Who am I? Well, they call me Passion, short for passion no last necessary. Why is there no last name necessary? Because the first name says it all. I am passion and all that embodies. What do I do here? I give you the life coaching that you know you need, but don't enroll yourself in. When did I start? Actually, 2017. I'd leave a PSA on my Instagram regarding something I'd observed, and now we've evolved to this. Why do I do it? Why not? If even one person is able to take away one thing that changes their life, someone else's life, or changes the world for the better, then I've done what I was charged to do. So come on in, sit and listen for a while. There's something here for everyone at the Passion PSA podcast. Take that and rewind it back. Greetings and salutations, my beloved Passionates, newcomers, visitors, and guests. Welcome to another episode of the Passion PSA podcast, where I, passion no last necessary, your get you right guru, issue a weekly public service announcement about whatever I have observed or was on my mind. This is a for your consideration zone, where the objective is to offer you a perspective you may or may not have previously considered to A, expand your thinking, and B, aid you in becoming a better version of yourself and for others. This is a safe space, but not necessarily a delicate one. I'll never rob you of your right to feel what you feel. The same way I won't sugarcoat the truth to make it more palatable. The goal is to get you to higher, more expanded thinking so you can operate as your highest and best self. If you're new here, affirmations are our first order of business, so we can intentionally raise the vibration and start on one accord. Let's get on the same frequency. If you are ready, go ahead and take a deep breath. You are always welcome to repeat after me or to use this time to state your own affirmations. I give what I desire to receive. I want the best for myself. I offer my best to others. I do my best. I give willingly. I give joyfully. I give intentionally. I give abundantly and receive in kind. I am so grateful. I am well. It is well. All is well. Well is all. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Shout out to my linen closet for inspiring this episode, because this all came to me while I was reorganizing it. Why was I reorganizing it? Okay, if you've been here long enough, you know that my previous studio was the smaller bedroom, but I moved it into the larger bedroom so that I could have space to work on all of the different projects without feeling limited or cramped. I did that with an opportunity cost of sacrificing living space. When I was moving into the smaller bedroom, I definitely thought to myself, I don't know how this is going to fit. And in one of the episodes following the documentary, if you haven't watched that, go back and watch it. It was really good. I even shared that I had said to Bree, I don't know if this is going to work. Nonetheless, I gave it a shot. I was able to get everything into the space. We interrupt our regularly scheduled broadcast to bring you an episode within an episode. That was actually terrifying. So in case any of you were wondering, like, how my teleprompter system works, right? Most of you, if you weren't paying attention, actually, no, it wasn't in the documentary. This is my teleprompter unit. Okay, so I found a blueprint on the interwebs, and it was for a teleprompter for a webcam, and I didn't have I didn't know how to like scale the dimensions down, but I made it work. And I made my own teleprompter. And then I needed the glass. And so I bought a picture frame, and I had a picture frame that was like the perfect size, and I never had issues with it. And then one day I came home and it was shattered. So I had bought a bag of rubber bands, and I've had that bag of rubber bands for I don't know how long. And so Passion Public Service announcement. After a certain period, your rubber bands will they will get old, and they won't have the same elasticity, and so they can or will break, which is what just happened. The rubber band, because this is not a perfect fit, and I really have to like bootleg the situation. Let's try this again. No more casualties, because I am like, my whole system is in shock right now. This is how I am able to bring you these episodes. And the rubber band popped while I was recording. I don't know what that signifies. I don't know if that means something. I don't know if something necessary just broke, but I'm going to take it to mean that one, I needed to take a moment from what I was doing, and two, that something that needed to break did. Nonetheless, that was very, very startling, because the rubber band broke and then it was flying in my direction, and it sent the whole teleprompter, it sent the picture frame flying as well, almost like in a Frisbee style toward me. So that's why I had to scream. I'm going to get back into the episode. But I'm just letting y'all see a little bit of the behind the scenes that happens. I do outtakes, and at some point I will share all of the outtakes. It'd probably be like 3 hours long of the ridiculousness that goes on behind the scenes with just me and a camera. But I'm sharing this with you because we're all on a journey, and some of you are hesitant in your journey for whatever reason. Some of you are doing shorts. Some of you are doing shorts that are really dope, and some of us are requesting that those shorts be made into series. Create the series, because there is an audience for it. There's a hunger and a thirst for it. There are going to be some things that are going to fall apart behind the scenes when you least expect it, and it is going to send you into, it can send you into a tailspin. Sometimes all you can do is laugh. Sometimes it will send you into tears. When you are shooting, all kinds of things like your nose itching because dust is flying in your nose will happen. When you are editing, you have to get all of these different things out. It's a lot of work. There's nothing in your life that was successful that didn't require a lot of work from somebody. It may not have required a lot of work from you, but it required a lot of work from somebody. There's a different value when all the work is being done by you. So that's the message within the message that has nothing to do with today's message, but I feel like I needed to share that. Things sometimes fall apart, and sometimes things fall apart so that they can come back together a better way. Okay? Back to the episode. It's unbelievable. I hope this rubber band don't break. My nerves are shot already for today. How, Sway? This wasn't... Oh, my God. Why is this happening? Oh, my God. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know my hustle. You can't match my hustle. You can't fathom my love, dude. Lock yourself in a room doing 5 beats a day for 3 summers. That's a different world like 3 summers. I deserve to do these numbers. A kid that made that deserves that made back. So many records in my basement. I'm just waiting on my spaceship. I know you lying. Why is this happening? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I don't believe this is happening. Therefore, why you doing that? Like, stop giving me a hard time, please. Thank you. Oh my God. Y'all, sometimes people don't believe. They don't believe your story until they see it happen. They be like, oh, I get it. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. You couldn't get it. Oh my God. We now return you to our regularly scheduled programming. Nonetheless, I gave it a shot. I was able to get everything into the space. It took quite a bit of doing, but ultimately it worked out, okay? But the issue was that while everything fits, the fit is tight. I feel like I had a similar amount of things, although they were like different in shape and size, but in general, there was just more room in the space. Oh, because I didn't take the, gotta start over. I gotta start over. Oh my goodness, 20 minutes of record, and I barely did the episode, and I still have so much more. And when all else fails and there's no one there to get you off the ledge, sometimes you just gotta praise your way through. Lord, I will lift mine eyes to the hills, knowing my help is coming from you. Your peace you give me in time of the storm. You are the source of my strength, and you are the strength of my life. I lift my hands in total praise to you. Amen. 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 Let's begin again. Hopefully it's safe this time, maybe not. Shout out to my linen closet for inspiring this episode, because this all came to me while I was reorganizing it. Why was I reorganizing it? If you've been here long enough, you know that my previous studio was the smaller bedroom, but I moved into the larger bedroom so that I could have space to work on all of the different projects without feeling limited or cramped. I did that at an opportunity cost of sacrificing living space. So when I was moving into the smaller bedroom, I definitely thought to myself, I don't know how this is going to fit. And in one of the episodes following the documentary, if you haven't seen it, you should definitely watch it. It's a great share, great chronicle of the experience of creating a studio. Anyway, I even shared then that I had said to Bree, I don't know if this is going to work. Nevertheless, I gave it a shot. I was able to get everything into the space. It took quite a bit of doing, but ultimately it worked out. The issue was that while everything fits, the fit is tight. So I feel like I had a similar amount of things when this was my bedroom previously, although they were different in shape and size. But in general, there just was more room in the space to maneuver and to store things. We talked about that in season 5. Why am I holding on to this? Another episode that you can watch, okay? So we're not going to go over it today. The point is, I started assessing what other space I had where, because I'm no longer satisfied with the space revisions that I made. So I started looking at the linen closet as a viable option of places I could branch out, But that first required me to assess and reorganize the linen closet. As I'm assessing what I have, what I use, and what I need, I start looking at some of the hand towels. Sidebar. Y'all know, obviously, we just talked about it. I script these episodes, and I script because my mind is generally looking like this at any given time. Okay? Why share that now? Because this rabbit hole that I'm about to push you in, that's how we got to this episode. Story time. So at one point, I had lighter colored hand towels and an array of colors in bath towels, no particular theme, right? As I became more aware of the dyes that are being used to color the towels, not necessarily being non-toxic, and the residue being left on your skin every time you dry being potentially harmful, because it only takes 27 seconds for something to be absorbed into your skin, I decided to start using white towels exclusively. The problem with white towels is that any and everything stains them. So they don't stay white very long, especially when you move away from bleach. Another neurotoxin, but another conversation for another episode. Point is, my skin tends to be very dry. So I apply oil while I'm still wet and then I pat dry. But oil doesn't just stain. Certain oils leave a sticky residue that's virtually impossible to get out after it's baked in. Okay, I don't know this before I start oiling and then drying. So my towels are looking worse and worse with every wash, to where I would be embarrassed if someone saw these towels hanging in my bathroom because they look questionable. I get desperate. I need a solution. I'll turn to the Googles. The Google saved the day. The Googles tell me, go to YouTube. I go to YouTube. I find somebody with a similar dilemma. We want a chemical-free home, but getting oil out is going to require Dawn. Okay. It's the least of the evils at this point, and it's cheaper than replacing these oil-soaked articles all the time. But this creates another issue, because just adding Dawn to the wash doesn't remove the oil. So now it's going to require me to make a Dawn and baking soda paste, scrub, and then put it in the washer and let the washer do the rest. Now, y'all see me struggling to get these episodes out on time and get some clips up, okay? Who got time to go down to the riverside and beat a towel with a rock? So now, I don't want to use chemicals, but I have to. I have to pre-launder and super launder before I launder, which with all the scrubbing will ultimately tear up the towels anyway. And for all that, I'm still going to have to pay to use the washer to get the soap out and get a good ring on the towel, or wait 7 to 14 business days for the towel to air dry. No, ma'am. No, sir. But rearranging this closet is forcing me to look at everything in it. The sheets, the towels. Are they stained? Are they tattered? As I'm going through some of these things, I'm thinking about things that I've already donated and things that I currently have bagged up waiting to be dropped off. So often, a lot of the stuff that we take out of our closets to give away is stuff that we don't want or we don't use, but not necessarily because it doesn't fit, at least not at first, and not necessarily because it's broken and can't be used at all, but because it's damaged. It can be fixed, but we don't want to be the ones to do the work to fix it. A lot of people won't admit that, but if you've ever been to the Salvation Army store, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, of course, there are people who exclusively give away things that are very much immediately usable and in good to excellent condition. Other people, they'll assess an article like a white shirt, for example. They'll see that it has stains on the armpits from sweat, and they'll still donate it because
somebody else could wear it if they get the stains out.
So they give away the skirt with the missing button, the bag with the torn seams, because they know somebody else will be able and willing to do the repair work. I got to specify both, because some are willing but unable, and some are able but unwilling. But giving away instead of throwing it away allows them to not feel wasteful and position somebody else to meet their needs at a discount for maybe a little extra work. Then I started thinking, we don't just do that with furniture and linens and clothes. We do that with our love and our joy and our wisdom. And a lot of people won't admit that. We hear people say, people want you to do well. They don't want you to do better than them. People want you to get ahead, but they don't want you to get further than them. It's kind of like these stained towels and tattered sheets though, right? I want you to have linens, but I don't want to give you the best of what I have. Those are still good, so I still want them for myself. But you can have this other stuff because I can't do anything with it. And for many, not all, it's the same with their feelings and their experiences. You can have all my bad news, my brokenness, my complaints, my stress, and my struggles. I'm going to light your lawn on fire for that. But when all is well, you can't even get a thumbs up emoji because I'm doing my best to capitalize on it for myself. When you're happy, you're good, there are certain people that you won't call because you only call them when you're miserable. You unburden yourself of all this unpleasantry, your stained towels, and negativity, your damaged sheets, to make room for the better mood, the uplifted spirit, the sincere smile. You give them your raggedy feelings that aren't broken beyond repair, but need work, and their options are take it and do the work to fix it, or keep searching for something that's in good condition. Y'all, I don't know why or how my mind draws these parallels, but it does, okay? But do y'all see what I see? How many of y'all can relate to this? Hands up if you can. There are people in my life right now who absolutely never call me when things are going well for them. They never call to see how I'm doing. They never call to see if I'm okay. They never intentionally call to say anything good. Like if they said something good or happy, I had to draw it out of them or it happened in the conversation, but that wasn't the point or the purpose of the call. But when things are upside down, oh, they get me on the line ASAP, okay? The worse things are, the faster they access me. And if they do ask how I'm doing in one of these emergency calls, it's out of convention, but not real concern or interest. In other words, it's the proper thing to do, regardless of sincerity. Y'all know what I'm talking about? You see their name on a caller ID and you are immediately deflated or disheartened because you know the vibes. The ones that never stop to think that even if I only call when I need something, I should probably at least at some point ensure they're like in a position to be able to get. You ever encounter people like that? Some of us looked at those people in the mirror a little while ago. We didn't think it was us because most of us are the heroes in our version of the story. But a lot of us have had an experience with that guy. In my case, I started to put distance between myself and those people because I realized that this relationship, season 1, episode 10, burn the ships, save the bridges. This relationship is one-sided and sinking. I feel used. There's no reciprocity. And that's not to say that I'm expecting to get something, but reciprocity is greatly appreciated, especially when it's being willingly extended. But for me to continue to overextend myself or to avail myself to people who aren't even concerned about my well-being, that if I'm not okay, that's okay, they would just move on to the person who is okay, that tells me that I need to shift the dynamic and there needs to be a revision of terms and conditions. Season 2, episode 2. They give me their figurative stained linens, the clothes they wouldn't want to wear, the furniture that has the chip and the wobbly leg. Never any rhythm, just bountiful blues. Couple things, passionates. We have to be more mindful about what our give and take looks like. If the only time you call somebody is when you need them, but you're never available when they need you, the relationship is one-sided. You already know this. But this is an unfriendly reminder because it is disturbing that the reminder is necessary at all. Nobody cares how busy you are. If the only time you call somebody is when your world is upside down, it speaks to how you feel about them. If you can get unbusy to complain, you can get unbusy to shore them up or sometimes just check in to say, hope all is well. We know your life is crazy. Some of us have our hands on a million things at once, and some of us are sitting still with our minds on a million things at once. Life is happening for all of us at the same time. You might can't make hours available for everyone you know, but then you can't expect hours from people you couldn't make seconds or minutes for, okay? We're going to circle back to these linens and donations. This time we're going to think about the receiver. There was a time when going into the secondhand store was a point of shame for fear of ridicule or ostracism. It's trendy now, but that wasn't always the case. But for those who aren't vintage shopping, they're not looking for vintage buys, but they have to shop there to make their family's dollars stretch. They don't want the worst of your leftovers any more than you do. Back to the parallel. The person you're sharing your life and experiences with doesn't want the worst of your leftovers any more than you do. If I'm talking right, somebody say that'll preach.
No, you got that, Passion. That'll preach for real.
You have some great things in your figurative and actual linen closets. Some of what you got, you can't even do anything with it right now. You got some curtains and some comforters. You can give them away. You got some joy that you can spare and some encouraging words. They're in great condition and in high demand. You got them. You're not using them, but you're holding on to them for just in case and later down the line. I remember a friend telling me when their mom transitioned and they had to clean out the house, there were countless unused comforter sets and all kinds of stuff, brand new items that weren't even serving the person who bought them. Now, somebody who could have benefited from those things while they were collecting dust in her closet was getting everything but.
All right, Passionate, I get the picture you're trying to paint, but I need my joy and my words of encouragement.
Beloved, sharing joy and words of encouragement will bring more joy and encouragement your way. I promise there's no shortage.
No, Passion, like you don't understand, okay? I'm barely hanging on to this little piece of joy I have by a thread. I don't even know if I can call it joy. I'm just hanging on.
I'm very clear on what it's like to be barely holding on. I told y'all about 2008. But I promise if you say an encouraging word or even sincerely ask how somebody's doing, which has the potential to offer them a little hope and maybe some joy, you will not be depleted of the little joy you have. If you miserable and they equally miserable, you have somebody to commiserate with, or at least find out that you're not alone and you're unhappy. Very low vibrational, but we got to start somewhere. On the other hand, they just might receive your offering with gratitude, maybe even repay you with a smile and a thank you, which could in turn give you a little smile. But here's the thing. Joy is always available, even in the depths of despair, if you actively and ardently seek it. Write that down. Joy is always available, even in the depths of despair, if you actively and ardently seek it. Be reminded, Passionates, this is not an indictment. I am equally as guilty, okay? I gotta say that for the hit dogs in the back feeling like I'm here trying to convict them. This whole episode was born from me. Cleaning out my closet. I have an older model TV in my house right now that like I just can't let go because there's nothing wrong with it. Like it's a clear picture and it's good sound. I literally never watch it though. I use it more, and don't y'all laugh at me, to put a CD in my DVD player to listen to music than I actually put a DVD in there to watch movies. I just told y'all a few weeks ago I barely watch TV anymore. I don't have cable, and because it's not plugged up to the antenna service, there's really not a whole lot I can watch on my TV other than a blue screen. Somebody else could benefit from it, but I know most people wouldn't want it because it has the big booty in the back, right, y'all? Everybody want the flat screen, this and the LCD, that, and the UHD, and the OLED, and WKRP in Cincinnati. Somebody could use it. I'm not doing too much with it. But there I was in my linen closet trying to figure out what to do with these towels that, yeah, somebody could use, but they'd have to put work in to get them to decency while I'm holding steadfast to the thing that works with no work. Because while I'm fully capable, I just can't be bothered with more work. So
get somebody else to do it.
I just want us to be careful about giving Raggly love and Raggly friendship and tattered attention. The goal in this life coaching space is always for us to be aware of ourselves. When somebody asks us to contribute to something, why are we giving the least? Or when somebody asks us to donate something, why are we in such a hurry to donate useless opinions? Pay attention. I said useless, not worthless. Two different things. It is fair to keep good stuff for yourself. That is completely reasonable. But when you're giving things away, give away the best of what you don't want or need, and throw away the worst. Be advised, no thrift store shoppers were harmed in the making of this episode or in the purging of my closet, okay? The towels that I couldn't stand anymore, I took some of them to the car to use at the car wash and I discarded the rest. For my relationships, I do my best to give the best of myself, and when I don't give the best of myself, as soon as I realize it, I do my best to make the other person aware that I've self-reflected, I acknowledge that I could have done better, and I'll make my best effort to give my best in the moment that we're sharing and going forward, whether physically or figuratively. Let's just be mindful to not give away anything that we wouldn't want to bring into our own homes. Yes, some people like broken things because their joy is in putting things back together. But sometimes, folks got to work so hard just to get a thing that when they get it, they just want to enjoy it as is, not work overtime to try to fix it, then enjoy it. Okay, I just want you to think about that, Passionates, when you are cleaning out your closets and your cars and your hearts and your minds. Stop giving everybody your tattered shards of effort, your tattered shards of attention, and your tattered shards of love. Okay, you'll get you right, Guru, is signing off. Get your tickets. Tell your friends to get tickets. Make a donation. You can use the donation link that's pinned, or you can use any of the other ones, Zelle, PayPal, Linktree. It's all going to go to this live event. Whatever is not used toward this gala, it will be used toward live events in the future. So if you can't make it to this one, I promise I am working on a way to get to you. Help me make that happen, please. Okay? I have been so caught up with this gala that I've been forgetting to tell you to leave comments and likes, but please do that as well and continue to send listener letters. You will get a response. I do promise that. That's it. Go forth. Be great. Be filled with bliss. Be armed and empowered with knowledge. Treat people the way you want to be treated. There's a reason that's the golden rule. Energetic reciprocity is the key to life. In all things, be passionate. See you later. Stay safe, y'all. Dodge them rubber bands.